Hello, everybody. Oh, there it went. The microphone took about, I think, 3 seconds to connect. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to more Dragon Quest X on the Nintendo Switch, which I am going to have to set my microphone filters back. So I'm going to be desynced for a moment. We played Witch Spring R yesterday, so let me get the audio on the microphone filtered. 1500 milliseconds, I think, will be appropriate. And then we'll be back to where we were, and my mouth should now be matched up to the audio again. So, for those who don't know, I am beating the game tomorrow. I need a little bit more time to get through this game now. I think naturally, if I were able to get through this game at a normal pace, as I did through streams 1 through 15, it would be one thing. But uh, that's not the way it's really panning out. Art Brigade, welcome. Good to see you again. It's been a while. I'm curious what's been going on with you in terms of life updates. I recently came back from a 3-week trip from Japan, and slowly but surely trying to get back into the swing of things with work and otherwise. Here, just trying to clear this game, it's been a bit of a challenge, just because number one, it's too long, and number two, this is the part of the game where this game was only like 95% translated, and we're kind of running into a lot of the 5%, because story-wise, all of the main story stuff, uh, the game just kind of gave up, and it's like, do all the side quests to fill up the thing, and then you can go ahead and fight the final boss. And like, they're just throwing the kitchen sink's worth of quests at you. And so, understandably, not all of this stuff is translated. And so, a lot of this is just going to be like Google Lens. It's going to be like uncomfortable. It's going to be slow. And I'd rather it just be like a normal boss rush sprint to the end, and it's like not panning out that way. It's just gonna be me waving a phone, waiting for my hand to like perfectly steady, and so where I can get everything translated, and it's just not what you want. It's not what you want for like the finale of a game that I've otherwise been enjoying immensely. I went to Shimizu, I went to Kobe, I went to Kochi, I went to Naha, I went to Awaji. I went to the Awaji Islands. I went to Atami. I went to Akihabara. I went to a lot of different places. I'm not making stuff up. I'm not making stuff up. I'm not. Welcome, suitcase. I've just this is a yeah. So Dragon Quest X, it's an official game. I'm playing it on the Nintendo Switch. Um, But yeah, it's official. It's not localized. I'm playing a fan translation of it, but I'm playing this because it's one of the only ways on physical hardware I'm going to be able to play a translated game. Um, Alex played it via Steam, but I have all sorts of problems playing games on Steam, so that's not the way I chose to play this. It's been a lot of fun, mainly when it comes to bosses, but it gets a little bit it is getting a little bit dragging now that we're doing a lot of quests. They should have named it Drag On Quest because these quests go on and on forever. But I digress. Let's go ahead and go back into the main story. We'll try to cover as many as we can for about the next hour. Oh, you have. Well, that's good to hear. I'm trying to get all of my various pictures off my phone, and then I'm going to try to do a stream on Monday where I try to cover what I did in more detail. That way, we'll leave it up to all of you to decide whether I'm making it up or not, but I promise I'm not. So let me get my quests up and let's get started. So this is quest. We need to do. What quest are we on? I did not. Again, so unfortunately, I did not. We are on, I think it's a 276. Okay. Desert treasures. I'm glad you're here, guard. What's that? You're searching for divine crimsonite? No, no, now's not the time for that. This is serious. To tell the truth, our country's finances have been sucked dry because of the war against the Demon King's army. For that reason, our people are suffering. Therefore, I've decided to utilize the treasure that is said to be hidden in the pyramid where my ancestors lie, as the funds to save our people. It's just the treasure's hiding place, the sun chamber, to open its door and object the so-called phantom sun mirror in the treasury for safekeeping is, this is a little long of a run-on sentence here. While trying to take the mirror from its pedestal, crash, it shattered to pieces. Since the mirror is broken, taking the treasure is very much hopeless, I'd say. Oh goodness. Yeah, I didn't have anything like that happen. I went to the Excel Hotel overlooking the Shibuya crossing. I guess they would call it the Shibuya Scramble, I think is what it's officially called. We're at the end of the rope and in a big pinch. Guard, if there's anything you could do, please do it. We'll accept it, and as one expect guard I can rely on you, then the broken mirror, the repairman that I secretly summoned said it was shattered beyond repair. That mirror was the only one that exists in this world. I'm fully aware of how absurd a request this is. Please go find me a mirror exactly like it. So they want me to, if only there was a duplicate of the mirror somewhere, just in case, I sincerely ask you not to tell the minister nor captains, let it be our secret. So obviously we need to go to the false version of this reality. So we're going to go ahead and go to false Landerja and go there, where the mirror should understandably still be intact. The problem is that this whole area is enclosed, so I can't just simply warp out. I have to fully leave the town. Then I have the ability to warp out. But anyway, I am looking forward to the next big game after this, which is going to be Shining Force 3, just because I always want to have another excuse to play the Saturn again. I feel it's a console I haven't really touched enough for as long as I've had it. I'll only be doing book 1 though. I mean, because there's like what 3 or 4 books. I can't do all of them. I mean, not all at once anyway. Okay, so quest giver here. Either that or it's someone related to the quest. Pedestal to stand something. The mirror and the treasure seems to have been stolen by monsters during the chaos of King Bermud's death. The grim rider who stole it seems to have its stronghold in the Agrahagaro region. If you recover the mirror, you may do whatever you'd like with it. With the king gone, there's no point in protecting it, is there? Is there? That was not a question. It was a statement, more or less. Oh, the game audio is not coming through. Oh, I know why. Thank you for that, Mackenzie. I know the reason why is because when I was doing the countdown with having the character dance and playing the audio in the background, I forgot to swap the audio back on. So that was what happened there. Thank you for that. That would have been embarrassing. You've played most of the first scenarios for Shining Force 3. You feel like it's slower than others in some ways. They were much more ambitious with 3. Yeah, I've liked all of the ones I've played, sort of high the most, but they've all been tactical games I've given must-play scores to, which is nice because if you're going to spend forever thinking about the game and what you want to do with your turns, you ultimately want to make sure that what you're doing, hopefully you want to make sure what you're doing and engaging with is fun, and for the most part it has been. So defeat the Bone Knights. So let me see where they would be located. Good, good. I'm glad that the audio's on now. That's probably the Bone Knight. Now the question is, how many do I have to kill to get the drop? Well, at least 2. We got a kite buckler book, not what I was aiming for. We may have to reload the zone. Okay, so there is one here. We're getting all sorts of weapon recipes, which is, again, not what I'm wanting. We are having really bad luck. This seems to be a relatively rare overworld encounter, and we're also just not getting the drop. We're getting all, and this is like a story drop, so it's not something you'd actually see after a battle, which makes it all the more funny. We're getting like all the rare drops. Just normally, but like not the story one. There we go. So we have the sun mirror now. So now we need to go back to the actual real Agahaguro Kingdom. It's insane to think about, and I don't want to think about it too hard. But the type of quest I'm doing right now, evidently I've done about like 270-ish variations of doing this just to get to this point. Was it worth it? I don't know. But that's where we're at. I think the boss fights, when they did the boss fights, made it worth it. I think they were all distinct and unique enough to, I think, make the whole experience, I think, justified. But it's still a huge ask. It's still a lot of just repetition. Oh yeah, speaking of which, Princess and Lucia, have you been acting alongside Guard all this time? At last, have you stumbled upon a trustworthy friend? Yes, Guard is the hero's guiding ally. They are a special person who fights with me. What, the hero's guiding ally? By that logic, you should work well. Many times over have I been aided by Guard. Hearing that, I am convinced. Now then, Guard, how did the Phantom Sun Mirror affair go? We're gonna give him the mirror. Oh, where did you get this? I see. False Landerja, eh? There in your hands. King Munis, we all came to Arahaguro Kingdom in search of the divine Crimsonite. In the pyramid, I have heard that there is a sacred place called the Sun Chamber. I believe that in there is a divine Crimsonite. If I recall, Guard, you too said something like that. Yes, you two's request I cannot refuse. I was just on my way there, so Princess and Lucia and Guard, you may come along with me. Thank you very much. King Munis, still have not departed for the pyramid? What in the world? How long do you intend to spend on preparations? I was speaking with Princess and Lucia about going there now. Soon we're about to leave. You all come too. You shall be my escorts. Then Princess and Lucia, Guard, please take care of yourselves. I shall go ahead and wait in front of the Sun Chamber. So I think we're going to the true pyramid then. Come to think of it, in the pyramid are devices which respond to a particular dance I've heard. The dance's instructions are written on an obelisk in the pyramid, or something. If you find it, you might try to decipher it with this. So we have a hieroglyphic lexicon. Now then, guard, I'm truly sorry about it always being like this, but please take good care of King Munis. Yeah, we've had a couple of quests earlier on, for those not privy to it, where basically he was turned into a kelp monster, and we had like 5 or 6 quests to basically get him unturned into a kelp monster and back to normal. So now we're off to the Sun Chamber. I'm worried about this being in the True Pyramid, though, because we got, that was where we started stream number 16 of this game, and we got lost in there. So I am hoping that we won't have to do too much with that lexicon. Welcome, Running Wild Video. How are you doing? I'm just happy to be in the final home stretches of Dragon Quest X. Nobody can say I didn't do my due diligence for the 40th anniversary of the series. I've done 3 HD 2D. I've done 1. I've done 2. I've done this. I've done more than enough. Hieroglyphs are carved into the obelisk. Guard try using the hieroglyphic lexicon to decipher the ancient script. Somehow the obelisk was used in a special dancing ritual. The dance itself was written upon it, it seems. We learned the emote Sun Dance. On the Resident Evil games, I beat Requiem about... It was right before I left in March. So I did finish Resident Evil 9 Requiem. I've only done a single playthrough of it, though. I've never gone back and done a repeat playthrough. But as far as I can tell, I'm fully caught up now with the series. I still like 8 more. I think 9 kind of bounces between kind of strategy and action, and then just like towards the end it was all action. And I'm like, I don't know if I like it all action. I kind of like it being a mix of the two. And I think 8 just kind of had a better balance overall, I felt. But I enjoyed 9 for what it was. Press CR and select it from the emotes list. So use the gesture, the sun dance, on the door of D6 on the 2nd floor. 2nd floor. Okay. Could I use it here to open this door? No. I don't know what I was supposed to do there. The question here is, how do I get to the 2nd floor? Well, the dance is definitely longer. Eyes above the door stare coldly at guard. My god, the door opened right in front of me. Okay, this was just a treasure chest. Oh, it's a gold skill panel. Okay, that was really worth it then. Yeah, I know. It's just it was pretty funny. He does have the axe, which is basically his melee weapon of choice. So I affectionately called him Leon Axe Kennedy. Kept doing variations of his middle initial whenever I was playing with my sister. about like what the S stood for. Okay, I have no idea how to get to the second floor. Let me see if I can figure this out. A little worried about, let's see. Okay, so maybe I was supposed to interact with the message of the door first and then do the sun dance. Okay, so oh, this is the same one I just opened. Okay, that one's just doesn't have an eye open at all. I might try it like this. Okay, so we made it to the second floor. They wanted me to do this on D6. Okay, there's the dawn room over there in the corner. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm trying to thread the needle here between some of these encounters to make sure I don't get them. Okay, so this is probably the one we need to do to actually continue. Examine the coffin and press the switch? Okay. Well, I would have missed that. I would have probably gone to the center of the room and fallen down. It is interesting for them to do this because we've basically gone the entire game without like any sort of puzzles for the entire dungeon, and all of a sudden they added them. Oops. Okay, now how do I get to the top floor? I don't think it was good that I fell there. I think I'm gonna have to go back to where I was. Yeah, I don't see any other way to get up there other than falling down here again. I'm just trying to be very, very cautious because there's very, very small, tiny black enemies like that one that can sometimes blend into the floor. So I'm trying to make sure I don't run into one of them. Okay, that is not a connecting room. Okay, so let's try that again. I was there were no enemies there, but then like the switch took its time loading, so the enemy just populated. Okay, so we'll climb up here. I think this is yes, this looks correct. Okay, there we go. We're done. We're done with the dungeon. Guard, upon touching the door, suddenly switched something on, and from out of nowhere a heavy noise echoed. This is the sun chamber? It sure looks like there might be something inside. Oh, did I keep you waiting? Sorry, sorry. I'm going to open the sun chamber right away, so watch. I am of the royal blood of Arahaguro. My ancestors who, and unfortunately the text is not wrapped properly, so I can't read the rest of it. Since time immemorable, the sun has shone in the heavens. But Arc Brigade, the current status of the translation is a relatively 95% done. There's some areas that are not fully translated, and there's some areas that are machine translated, but you can effectively play it from start to finish if you are interested in experiencing it at some point. It was the only mainline Dragon Quest game I hadn't played, so I was interested just in that regard. Because I like most people in North America was forced to skip 10. I had to go right from 9 to Dragon Quest 11. We did it! We did it! It opened! We're getting the pyramid's hidden treasure! Let's all go too. What is the meaning of this? The inside of the chamber is deserted, is it not? The hidden treasure. Where is it gone to? Yes, and that's kind of the very, very unfortunate thing about this is there are a number of segments that are machine translated, and it's very, very apparent. It's also unclear sometimes what they're talking about. You'll have people being inverted. You'll have U's where it should be I's. So you should do something when I should do something. I should do something when you should do something. It used to just be relegated for like pure side quests, but then as part of the main story, which they're doing in 2.2, to get to the next major part, you have to do enough side quests to fill up pendulum energy. Like they just got really, really lazy with the story. Instead of like finding a convenient way to like integrate towns and everything else, it's just like, yeah, just do enough until you get enough happiness around the world and you fill up the pendulum of fate. And so basically almost everything at that point got machine translated, just because it's all like side content that's being relegated into main content and trying to connect to the main story, but it's all like side stuff. So it's very, very like almost everything at this point is being machine translated and is I'm trying to auto correct it as I go when I'm reading it. If it's like clearly not making sense as I'm reading it before I say it, I'll try to fix it to where it makes sense, but sometimes I just can't fix it no matter what. But yeah, just wanted to let you go since you expressed interest in it, wanted to know if it was a real game, and the answer is yes. It's just that it's not a game we're ever going to get released here. I think this is the last year that they're actually going to update the game in Japan. I think Wave 8 of content is actually coming out later this year. I think maybe even in a couple of months. And that's the last confirmed update 10 is going to get. Like the game started in the Wii era and it's just now ending in terms of like new content. I don't know when they'll shut the servers down. I think that's still going to be a while off, but this is the offline version, so I don't have to worry about the servers being shut off. Guard, look, Divine Crimsonite. Looks like it's losing lots of power. I need to quickly pour my hero power into it. Stay away from the Divine Crimsonite, little girl. Just now, that wasn't me. Oi, I'm talking to you. 5Ed, getting your filthy hands on that Crimsonite I'm breaking will give me extra stuff to do, wouldn't it? 5Head? What is that? A monster! I'm Ghost General Gajura. I've been waiting for Beardy to bring himself here for me. It may be me job, but sticking to Beardy the whole time was terrible, see? A little longer and I would have said screw it and gobbled him up. But now that we're here, my share of putting up with it's over, and I can do what I want, see? I'm gonna use me poison until I'm tapped out. Meowth, that's right. No one's able to withstand this poison. I'm gonna melt your bones into a sludge with me ghost poison and slurp it up, see? Guard, let's go! From this point forward, and Lucia needs to be added to the battle lineup. Yeah, I'm way ahead of that. I've already integrated her into my main party lineup once I realized that, you know, she's the hero of the game and not me. And that means she has to be in like every battle from here on out. Also, during the battle, you cannot remove Lucia from the battle lineup. Confirm. Alright, so we'll start... I'll use the cut above. Okay, so the Axes of Evil would have done more damage then. Probably by like 700. I thought I was confident I'd be able to do more with just the ability, but I was wrong. We'll go ahead and use God Juggling. If we get an extra turn with Dustin, we'll use it. Nope, we didn't get one. That's fine. I was going to use it to cancel his turn if we did, but we didn't. Begun to poison. He's already poisoned? What does that mean? I can't tell if he's charging up for something. He probably is. I'm not quite at the limit break for Lucia. I could probably use Hero Shield just in case he is up to something. And we'll cancel his turn just for good measure. Oh, it didn't work. I guess he's immune to having his turn canceled. Or at least more resistant. Usually that's a guarantee even on enemies that resist it, so his resistance must be much higher. Why does it keep saying that? Why does it keep saying that he's already poisoned? He seems to be resistant to a lot of debuffs, including his defense and speed going down. We still have this barrier up, so whatever he does, hopefully it'll catch it. There's got to be something strange about this fight. I mean, there's a lot going on with this fight that makes me think it's going to be a two-parter. The fact that I'm not gaining tension with guard despite landing the hits of Scorched Earth, the fact that the cancel for the turn is not working, the fact that the debuffs are not working other than on his attack, and the fact that he's wasting a bunch of turns. It's done with the poison. Okay, so he's gonna do something now. Yeah, still no debuff. Venomize. Okay, so the Hero Shield did block it. So apparently I chose wisely with what I did. Okay, he's in the yellow text. And his defense finally did go down. Maybe it was just when he was charging the poison. So am I now going to be able to get Scorched Earth to up my tension? Okay, now I can. I guess it was just that one part that was like a pseudo script. It was like a pseudo scripted part of the battle then. Haven't seen anything like that. Usually they'll have like a battle part 1 and then a battle part 2. Disruptive Wave. Disruptive Wave is really bad. It removes all buffs I have, and not only that, it gets rid of all my tension. So if I was going to use any tension moves, I have to go all the way down to 0. That's especially devastating for Lucia because a lot of her like life-saving techniques require TP. Like blocking whatever that poison move was going to be that he charged like 5 turns to do. If he decides to interrupt it by disrupting me, I might be in serious trouble. So we'll have to slowly climb the TP back up. Black Widow's Kiss did a lot of damage to Dustin. I wonder if it was just purposefully supposed to just bring you to low HP, or if it just does that much damage. Numbing Thread. Oh no, everyone's paralyzed. Oh no, oh no. He's charging a poison, and I have no TP. trying to think what is even. I don't know how much HP is left. He's in the like light red. He's not. It's gonna take him some time to fully charge, I would think. So we might have another full round after this to get stuff done. Okay, we got the extra turn. There was like a 29% chance we'd get that. Okay, I'm going to... We should win next round as long as he doesn't kill us this round. Because I can force myself to be at max tension with my Battle Master ability. I can't use shields without another 50 TP, though. Okay, he's not done yet, so we should win then. Oh, and he got the 29% chance again. Okay, well, we didn't need that. Phoenix Stance should kill. There's Mael's level. I like the fact that all of the abilities that we've picked up from the tutorial fights to learn them are now going to seem to be essential things to kind of have at your disposal for these future boss fights. I think that's kind of a nice touch. Integrated kind of late, I would think, considering how much earlier in 2.0 they introduced Lucia, but still quite nice to have. Damn it, me ghost poison melts bones till... how is this happening? We did it, guard. Then right away I'll pour my hero's power into the Divine Crimsonite. And I think there's 2 more of those we have to restore. With that, the Divine Crimsonite here has regained its ancient divine power. Now even Great Demon King himself shouldn't be able to meddle with it. With its shine back, the Divine Crimsonite is such a pretty thing, is it not? Princess Lucia, it doesn't hurt to ask, but this Divine Crimsonite that has been in our kingdom, is it possible to sell? You cannot. The Divine Crimsonite is an important item protecting Lindertia from the Great Demon King's invasion. The Arahaguro royal family has a duty to protect this land's Divine Crimsonite, and from now on, please continue to properly protect it, okay? Is that so? Such a duty I was unaware of. I was thinking only of selling this hidden treasure. If I had a pot, I would like to get in it. Understood. This pyramid, sun chamber, and divine crimsonite from here on and beyond, I do promise to securely protect. That said, in the end, I was not able to make the people's lives easier. Well now, from here on, what is to be done? There's no use thinking about it here. Let us return to Arahagro, shall we? You all, I apologize for sending you on a fool's errand. I think we have time for exactly 1 more quest. Which is a shame. I thought we'd be able to get through at least 3 today. Please wait, King Munis. I'm curious about this inscription here. What? To my descendants, when the kingdom is in need, and the people hungry, take this blessed fruit to grow and feed them. I, under the Divine Crimsonite's care, leave you these blessed fruits. Under the Divine Crimsonite's protection, even in a tomb where the sun's light cannot reach, eternal fruitfulness is assured. Blessed fruits under the Divine Crimsonite's protection? It cannot be. Shiny melons? Copious amounts of sweet juice, abundant in nutrients. Moreover, even in the desert climate, it is easily grown. It is a miracle fruit. I'd heard that it all had been lost to fire 500 years prior, but never in such a way had I thought that my ancestors had left them for us. This is truly the desert's hidden treasure. If we cultivate it, the people's way of life will become abundant, and so too shall our kingdom recover. Princess Anne Lucia, guard, your combined strength has supported us variously. From the bottom of my heart, you have my gratitude. You are splendid, as the hero and guiding ally should be. Speaking of which, guard, I still have not rewarded you for the Phantom Sun Mirror, have I? Later, please come to the castle. I count on you. It is funny / annoying that, like, every quest giver of the game is like, I can't give you the reward here. Please go back to the original place where I gave you the quest, and then you can claim your reward. Like, no matter what the situation, they're always going to make you go back. They're always going to make you do that. So we've got to leave here. We have to go back to True Arahaguro. We have to collect our reward. Then we can leave Arahaguro and go to the next place. Oh no, I almost went back to the True Pyramid, which would have given me like 7 seconds of loading. And then 7 seconds to load back out. So, save myself that. Let me get the next quest ready to go. Just so that I have that. Looks like according to this, we're going to the watermill. Right after we finish here. Oh, I forgot, we need to go up this staircase to get there. Shockstorm, I'm doing well. I'm just trying to make sure that I finish the game by tomorrow, and that's why I'm trying to put in some extra work today, and I'm kind of glad I did. This first quest took me a lot longer than I thought. I was expecting to get through 3 or 4 quests today. We may get through 2. And it was mainly because of having to go through the actual pyramid proper, which is the longest dungeon I've gone out of anything, because it actually requires you to puzzle and know where you're going. If I had not broken the Phantom Sun Mirror, I would have been killed by that monster of the Sun Chamber, and the Divine Crimsonite would have been destroyed. Your ability to go back and forth between both worlds, and that world having a Phantom Sun Mirror was fortunate. All that luck piled up and turned into a miracle, didn't it? I'll never forget this feeling of gratitude and will carefully cultivate the shiny melons. That's right. Fill up my pendulum. Let's do it. Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. But the boss fights deliver. Like the thing with most games is that if you go through side quests in a lot of games, you're gonna walk up to the final boss and probably like punch it 2 times and it dies. That's kind of like the frustrating side of like side questing in games, is just that you lose any sense of balance and the main story just feels like a cakewalk and you have to seek challenge and side quests only. I appreciate the fact that the mainline content never loses its edge, that it still manages to be interesting, that it still manages to be difficult, even if you go out and like explore the side content, explore getting the panels, explore upgrading your panel grid, explore all of these different things, upgrade your weapons. Like, you're never so overpowered that you just can't have any enjoyment out of the game anymore. It's still there, and that's not always easy to find. And I think that's the one reason where I'm like, yeah, even though the quests are taking forever, I still find that it's rewarding in that regard. It's still nice to have a game that's like that's still worth your time to play in that regard. If I'm making any sense, I don't know if I am. Next quest, Waterfall. I only see like 2 bullet points, which is which compared to the last one, I only saw 8. I saw 8. So this should be a lot faster, would be my hope. Oh, guard, it's a good thing that you came. It's terrible, 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 I tell ya. You remember little Regina here. The other day you got the hot spring flower for me. She's the caretaker of Montserrat Hot Spring Ravine. Thanks to that hot spring flower, the pain in my back disappeared, and I left on foot to visit Regina at the hot springs, but... And to my surprise, there I happened upon obviously evil, ferocious-looking monsters. It's true, you know. To think that monsters appeared in that tranquil hot spring up until now. It's never happened. Recently, young girls have been coming up to see the hot springs. And it's past the barrier, I can't read the rest of it. I let the gals go, but I don't know what's going on. I think maybe that's what he said. Guard, please, please, go to Montserrat Hot Springs Ravine. Defeat the monsters to protect the gals in the peaceful hot springs. I accept the quest. What a reassuring reply. For the hot springs loving, sexy gals, I eagerly hope you will go there and defeat those monsters. Life or death, Mountain Hot Springs received. As you probably know, Montserrat Hot Spring Ravine is southwest of Kona Ware Plain. Please be careful when you go there. So we did part 1 of his quest 16. So let's go to... We'll go to the Spring Gorge here. I think that's going to be fairly close. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like there's much more of a step beyond just going here. Okay, so we need to just warp to the caretaker's hut. I can walk there and it'll take like 15 seconds, or I can quick travel there, and there we go. Every little bit of time save I can have is helpful. Even so, this steam is everywhere. Guard, watch your step, okay? Who's that? Looks like someone's here. Do they know that monsters have appeared in this hot springs, I wonder? Let's tell them it's dangerous here. Big Sis Belinda, they've gotten a little bigger, haven't they? Is that so? They may have gotten a tiny bit bigger. Brenda, where are you touching? Big Sis, you're so soft. Idiot, stop it, Brenda. But it's okay, Big Sis, because you feel so wet and pillowy. Just kidding. You two are... Hey, Big Sis Belinda, by chance that girl isn't Aunt Lucia, is she? I bet you're right, you know, that the girl's little princess Aunt Lucia. I'm Terrible Demon General Belinda. I'm Terrible Demon General Brenda. We sisters, the Terrible Demon Generals, are under Demon Marshal Zelzra's orders to crush the Divine Crimsonite in the shrines of these hot springs. We were enjoying the hot springs, but now that the hero princess is here, we've got work to do. Brenda, unlock the shrine. Got it. As if I'd let you. Guard, I'm going after them. Well, now that that's out of the way, I am interested in the prospect of having a boss fight with more than one boss in it. We have surprisingly had a lack of that as of late, and strategically that could be interesting. Wait, I won't let you destroy the Divine Crimsonite! That's so funny, you know. She intends on stopping us with that skinny body of hers. You're saucy for a flat-chested girl. Flat-chested? We're, you know, different from the other monsters around here. That's right, making whatever attack as weak as a novice is our power. Making attacks. What skill is that gonna? What skill am I gonna have to use with Lucia to counter that? Even among the 4 demon generals, our strength is said to be the most evil. How about we show you? Let's go, Brenda. Guard, let's go. Let's protect the Divine Crimsonite. Okay, and then that's the obligatory we have to use Lucia message, which we already knew. Okay, so let me think here what I'm gonna do. They hinted that they'd be able to do something that would lower our attack to where we can't hit them. That brings one ability to mind. It's the one that's gonna like remove all party debuffs. We saw that used one time on the Moai head boss that we fought that basically used an ability that sealed off our ability to damage it. I'm assuming they're going to use a similar technique, and I need to be prepared to dispel it. But for right now, we'll just pick one enemy and focus on her, and then try to defeat the other one. Well, that's unfortunate. We got neither a defense debuff or a speed. We'll try God Juggling. Only Brenda's attack got reduced. Belinda didn't lose any. Did 8,000 damage, pretty good. Still in the white. 2 criticals. Okay, and Lucia can no longer deal damage. Actually, it looks like none of us can. Do I have enough TP to dispel it? If not, I may have to defend every round until we do. Which really sucks because Guard has his limit break, and I'd love to deal 8,000 damage every round with it, but I can't anymore. I will just test this, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do nothing. Yeah. So actually, we'll fix her upper, cure it. I think I already know the answer. So the answer is yes and no. So it cured something, but it didn't cure the other one. I think only Lucia can cure the other one, which sucks. I guess I'll just defend. I'm gonna use it and watch it whiff 5 times. Why not? Okay, so Hero's Heart thankfully only costs the 25. So we can deal damage again. Yeah, I mean, that's ultimately the best part of playing this, is that the game still manages to stay challenging the whole way through. Or it'd be more apt to say the end game of part 1 right before the DLC. Hikaru, welcome. Yes, so it seems... I think I know what's going on. Okay, so I think I understand what the game is trying to do, and I respect it. So the reason I can't get these debuffs to go off, you know, like the defense debuff, the speed debuff, I think there's like some sort of a flag that the game sets that says that none of those things are going to be allowed to work until the bosses do the one-time, at least minimum one-time move to where Lucia needs to dispel it. I guess to keep you from somehow being able to just mow through the bosses before, you know, having to go through that technique. That's what I'm thinking, because now it looks like all of them are working when they weren't before. Either that or I'm extremely unlucky and then extremely lucky. Oh, Dustin had the rare enchant chance on Belinda, so Belinda is not going to be doing anything for a while. Almost done with one of them. Yeah, we'll get Guard's Limit Break back up. I call it Limit Break, but it's basically just tension. We're basically both going to be using Phoenix Stance. Okay, Belinda Buster was pretty strong. Okay, this should kill Brenda. Then we could focus our attention on Belinda. Oh, if I knew that she had that little, I would have attacked Belinda. Wait, did they just say the number of actions that she can take increases because she was defeated? Okay, she's also in super high tension. So she's going to start taking more than one turn. So it's not... So basically the fight hasn't really gotten any easier just because I got rid of one of them, because now the one remaining character can take 2 actions, which isn't great. I am going to use Morale Masher. It better land or we're going to be in a miserable... Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a miserable time if she's going to basically double or triple her attack power. Cry of Despair. Okay, we can no longer deal damage. So we have to remove that again. We'll defend. The good news is that she used that move while Lucia still had tension. If she used that even one turn later, I'd have to wait in order to cure this, but unfortunately Guard is out of TP now. I do like the AI that she has. She actually increases her attack power and is programmed to aggro. She seems to get angry whenever a character uses a healing ability. So basically, she's programmed not only to attack twice, but to prioritize her attacks on anybody that heals, which is scary AI. I wonder if she can, if her attacks are programmed to do like critical hits, like the Cyclops enemies, or the ogres. Okay, we wrapped her in illusion, which is hugely helpful. It doesn't work on that, sadly. And she just sealed off our damage ability again. Okay, we're gonna have to heal MP after this fight. He can't heal anymore. I've basically been going from area to area, from boss fight to boss fight without resting at the end, so we've just been using the MP we've had at our disposal. Okay, and she is defeated. No, wait, we've lost to a flat-chested girl. I wanted Master Matascora to see my shining body at the hot springs. I'm not flat-chested. Guard, thank you. Right away, I'll pour my hero power into the Divine Crimsonite. With that, the Divine Crimsonite here has regained its ancient divine power. Now even Great Demon King himself shouldn't be able to meddle with it. Let's get back to Maloon Waterwheel to tell the old man that we defeated the monsters. Alright, let me take a look. I'm just going to take a look at the next quest, just to kind of get an idea as to how involved it is. It doesn't seem very involved. I might just do that and end the stream then. I might just push to do the third quest. And then from there stop. The next quest is at Dharma Temple, which, for those who probably do not remember by now, the false Dharma Temple in the false Landergia, that temple had a portal in the ritual hall in the basement that led to the fake Athene village, which is the hometown that we were from, which we died at the very, very beginning of the game, where everybody died except for our sibling, who was the only survivor. And so that's the only part we haven't been able to go to in this true version. We haven't been able to go back to True Athene Village. And so I'm assuming That whatever we do in Quest 278 is going to unlock that area for later. Coffee raid. Well, welcome, Leon. Hope you're doing well. What game was No Sleep Coffee playing? Why would such evil, ferocious monsters come to the hot springs? What? They came to destroy the Divine Crimsonite and shrine within the hot springs, you say? My Divine Crimsonite, you say? So back then the fairy tales my grandma used to tell me were true, were they? Hello! Welcome! The gods who protect the world above left a sacred stone. This Divine Crimsonite is what we've all been carefully protecting. Oh, a randomizer for Super Mario 64. It's been a long time since I've played that, and it's not that I don't have excuses to. I have the All-Star Collection on the Switch. I still have the cartridge for my Nintendo 64, but it's just been a while since I've played it. But I hope the randomizer was fun. Hot Springs caretakers over many months and years forgot our duty. We became ordinary hot spring caretakers, didn't we? But having this remind us of our duty from now on, I have to raise a worthy successor to protect the Divine Crimsonite. Guard, really, thank you for your help. This is a token of our gratitude. Now please accept it. Receive their seed of resilience. Yeah, I haven't opened it yet. It's been it's been sitting on my shelf since I got it. I never had really a reason to open it. I'm like, yeah, if I ever want to re-experience it, I'll play it. And then I just never got around to playing it. I got it because I initially was kind of, I think I was buying into like the scarcity. Even though like Nintendo made like I guess 1 billion copies and like everybody thought it was going to be scarce, and then 5 years later or however long it's been, it turned out to actually become a bit more coveted. Like everyone was buying like I think like 20 billion copies, being like this game's gonna be $100, this game's gonna be like $200, it's gonna be crazy, and then like it was not. It was the complete same price, and then later on they're like, oh yeah, now we can hike it up to like 100 plus, and so. Ultimately, I don't care really one way or the other, but I do hope to play it again someday, and I have that option should I come to it. Looks like we were going to the Dharma Temple, so that's in Saled Village, so we're going to go to Saled. I'm actually going to warp to the town proper and not the actual temple because I need to heal my MP because Dustin has none. He has 0 MP. Oh, it's that much now. It's gone up even higher than that. I don't know how to feel about that. It's always I never know what to think because I will go like a month or two without checking things, and then I find out that certain things explode, like Radical Rex on the Sega CD, like being worth over $1,000 when like for a while it was like in the 400s. I know there were like very few copies on eBay to even locate at the time. Like you can find the Genesis version and it's like not hardly worth anything, but the Sega CD version is just like worth a ton. And like for a while it just like tripled in price out of nowhere, and like why? And why in 2 months? What happened? Did somebody do a crazy speed run? Did something happen? I don't know. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. But every now and then I'll just go on eBay and just start looking to see like what's changed. Because the thing is, I bought a lot of games in 2020 because 2020 was... It wasn't necessarily the price time to buy games because like everybody was like stuck at home, and so people's desire to own collectibles skyrocketed. But eBay was much better to use back then. Number one, a lot of the states did not implement the sales tax for purchases on eBay, Missouri included. So I could, something that cost like $2,000. If you were to buy like KO Flying Squadron, for example, which was like about like 1,700 to 2,000 back then, you just pay that amount. Like there was no extra sales tax. eBay was doing eBay bucks, and they were doing promotions, so I could get like cash back. And like if I had like a 5% cash back promotion, plus a top cashback for eBay purchases. Like it all started to add up. But now like eBay doesn't do that anymore. You don't get any. You don't tend to get anything when it comes to eBay bucks. They did away with that years ago, and it's kind of sad. But I thought it was crazy buying things at 2020 prices until 2021 happened, and I noticed everything like really skyrocketed, and then a lot of stuff crashed after that. Kind of sad I didn't sell things, especially the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. A lot of them fell by about 50% from what I bought them, from where they were in 2021. Any event, I went down a weird tangent. Sorry. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like this. Yeah, Earthbound is one of those things where you look at it and you're like, wow, this game is, this price is crazy. I can't believe it's exploded this much. And then you check it later and it's like, it's exploded more? Not every game does that. Not every game that you check naturally follows that pattern, but it is one of those strange games that's done that. But I have long since stopped buying games to like collect. Thank goodness. I can't tell you how much I spent in 2020 and 2021 on just games and game collection alone. I don't have the space for more games. Like I've more or less completely filled up that shelf behind me. There's like no space. There's no space for anything else, and I just don't want my collection to just start spilling off into different rooms. It's nice to just have everything condensed. Yeah, I don't know much about the collectible Pokemon scene. I hear all sorts of horror stories about like scalpers and trying to fight to get things in stores, and uh game store like collectible stores like not even keeping Pokemon product in their stores overnight. Like they're like the just the prospect of getting robbed to get cards now, they're like just not holding product at all. Like what the local place that we go to where we do Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, they specifically have like a rule that says like if you buy Pokemon sealed product, we're breaking the seal before you leave with it. Basically to kind of discourage like just like massive hoarding behavior. Like so if you buy sealed product, we're gonna break the seal, so you can't like basically have like something sealed you're gonna put on eBay later. Which I think is a good policy. Basically you're getting the sealed product, but you're not having the ability to just kind of like buy like 10 of them. Oh, you are, if I recall. That's right, Guard. Guard, isn't it? It's good that you've come. To tell the truth, there's something I'm troubled about. Will you lend me your strength? Within the Abbey is a place called the Platform to Heaven. I'd like to go there right away, but to open its entrance, a prayer ceremony is required. But we've run out of the purification coals necessary for it. There are monsters in Rinjahar Coast, twisted torches that drop it. Will you fetch the purification coals for me? So I'm 100% correct about my theory. We are going to Athene. We are going to Athene. Which is honestly the perfect content to save for tomorrow, when I fully beat this game. See, that's the teleporter that is not active yet. That apparently will be activating. Thank you! Like, the Sega CD collection I'm especially proud of because it's odd. Like the games that you would consider to like be the last in your collection, like KO Flying Squadron or Radical Rex, or those things, being like you think like games like that would be the last one to be in your collection, but no, it's Compton's Encyclopedia, complete in box. It was and Road Rash. Road Rash on the Sega CD was actually the last game it took to complete the collection. It's I also have it on the 3DO, and I played it on the 3DO. I actually have the gameplay that I've done on my backup channel below the chat. If you check it there, I know my playthrough, not my full playthrough. Unfortunately, Road Rash was a game where if you ended up not grinding money from the racing early, and you advanced to the next rank and you were stuck with a bad motorcycle, it was very, very hard to grind money. It was very, very hard to win those races. So if I were to touch the 3DO or to play the Sega CD version, I don't know why I would if I have the 3DO version, but if I were to play that, the strategy would be to race a ton for rank 1, then complete all of the stages, and then just kind of use the best bicycle for like the entire. I mean, I can think of no other way to really do it. Like, obviously, you're not going to be able to get as much money as you would from like clearing the races at like rank 2 or whatever, but there's no other way to do it. You're going to keep losing races with the bad motorcycles. And so I kind of hit a point with the 3DO playthrough. I'm like, crap, I kind of soft locked my file. I can't win any of these races with a spike, and I can't really grind money. So I'm out of luck. So the Rinjahar coast is here. We need to fight the torches, as they said. But it's actually been a good while since I played the Sega CD, hasn't it? I think I'm trying to remember what the last game I played was on it. I don't think it was Vi. You know, Vi certainly stands out as being the last of the Working Designs games I played on the Sega CD. We did the first game we played was Popful Mail. That was the very first Sega CD game I loaded. Then I played Lunar 1 on the Sega CD, and then Lunar 2, Eternal Blue on the Sega CD. And then much later I came to Vi. And I thought Vi was great. It's one of those games where you just have to stockpile a billion herbs, and you have to take advantage of the fact that getting a level up gives you a full heal. And just kind of accept that it is going to be a little bit of a grind with bosses, but it was a lot of fun. I still think about it a lot. It had such a weird soundtrack. The final boss theme of Vi is basically just like Mortal Kombat. Oh, not a problem. Hope you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by and raiding. I enjoy just randomly talking about things that people bring to my attention. I mean, when you're fighting a bunch of things as part of a quest and there's like really nothing else to really talk about, it's always nice to have conversations with others. Because that's the nature of the RPGs, unfortunately, is you're gonna hit a lot of time where you're just doing nothing but getting from place to place and fighting stuff. Isn't it great? Sometimes it is. Because right now I have to defeat these torches until we get the purification whatever majig that they talked about. The hard caps on my tension moves hurt so much. It's like, just knowing that 1,999 is the most a hit can do with that is rough. Knowing that Phoenix Stance can also do at most 1,999 with its 5 hits also hurts, because I know I'm capable of so much more damage and the game just will not give it to you. I guess, I mean, it's all part of the balancing mechanic of the whole thing. I mean, I get it. It's just you want to feel like at the very, very end when you're getting your making your way to the boss that you're just you can realize those numbers. And you can't. Looks like this will be the last hit that Guard will have. Since we're out of our tension move with Guard, please just give me the drop. Wow. The game's gonna make my other characters make Dustin and Hughes a level 99 before they actually give me that item. It does give Guard a bit more time to build tension, but unfortunately these fights just take longer if you don't have full tension, and I'd rather just get the drop. The worst we've had was the 21 enemies we needed to defeat to get the drop. Okay, thankfully we're not having a repeat of that. We are done. So we can go back to the Dharma Temple. Oh, that's right. It's called all trades in this. It's Dharma. I'm more familiar with calling it Dharma, but it's technically all trades in this. Trying to look for a name that just isn't there. No wonder I couldn't find it. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna close it out with a boss, and that'll be the last thing we do tonight. Ignore the timer, it is inaccurate. For those who don't know, when you play the Switch version, if you put the Switch to sleep, which there is an incentive for doing with this game because it actually takes an inordinately long time to load this on the Switch. If you put it in, if it's in sleep mode, the game still increments the timer, even if the game is in sleep mode, even if you're on the home screen and the game is still in sleep mode, the timer keeps going. So about 250 of those hours are lies. The rest of it is probably correct. I would venture it's not unrealistic to say I have about 150 or 160 hours total, but I do not have 400. Okay. I'm glad they waited this long to bust out to make me bust out the Google Lens. I was worried it was going to be most of the stream, but thankfully it wasn't. Okay. How steady can I make my hand? Oh, Guard, I'm glad you've returned. If you brought back the purifying ember, will you give it to me? We'll give it to him. Handed it over. Oh, this is the spark of purification. Good work, Guard. Excuse me. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Grand Priestess. My name is Anlusha, Princess of the Kingdom of Grand Zadora. Oh, so you're Hero Princess Anlusha. And what brings you to this temple? I'm here to protect Divine Crimsonite, the keystone that protects Lindersia. The Scarlet Stone is now being targeted by the Great Demon King. All Trades Abbey is considered a holy place in Lindersia, and may be the site of a Divine Crimsonite. I don't know anything about Divine Crimsonite, but it may have had something to do with the dream I had. I feel this conversation would have made more sense if we had had it before he gave me the quest. What is going on? Why would we have this conversation now? At the back of this temple, in a place called the Divine Seat, is the avatar of all trades. I had a dream that someone was destroying it. I see. The Divine Crimsonite may be the very body of the goddess. I was curious about the dream. I was going to visit the Divine Seat to check on the safety of the deity. That's just great. Would you mind if I and Hero's ally Guard accompany you? Oh my, this man was the hero's ally? By infusing the power of my hero, by infusing my hero power, I think is what the better translation there. Divine Crimsonite will regain the power of the Age of the Gods and will be impervious to the evil ones. Okay, but she didn't translate it much? Oh, there's no reason to refuse. I would even ask you to accompany me. We'll soon perform the ritual of opening the entrance to the divine seat. Please make your way to the ritual hall on the basement floor. Thank you for your cooperation, Grand Priest. We'll go there. Alright, so we're gonna go to the basement. And that should be the last thing we need to do before completing this quest and presumably unlocking the actual endgame of this. Which I will take care of tomorrow. That is tomorrow's problem. Hero Princess and Guard. Sorry to keep you waiting. We perform the prayer service immediately. You two stand back. I like that the switch was loading there for a while, and so it took us like 3 seconds to stand back. We just like stood menacingly in his way. Waro, Purifying Flame. Haha. I don't know why he went haha, maybe it was a bad translation. Oh heavens, I hope and I pray. Guide me to the throne. Let my wish be delivered to the throne. The door was opened by the ritual of prayer. Let us go to the divine seat. All of you, follow me. Why didn't we follow them? Guard, we should go. If there is a divine Crimsonite, we need to infuse it with the power of Hero. Alright, we will go. Look, Guard, I knew it. I knew the avatar of all trades was the divine Crimsonite. Looks like it's still in one piece. Ah, indeed, the deity was divine Crimsonite. Scarlet Stone has lost much of its luster. Let's pour the hero's power into it now. Then you will be all right. I'm really glad that the dream you had didn't come true, Mr. O'Priest. Mr. O'Priest, what? What do you think about that? The dream will only become a reality in the future. Grand Priest, what? I never thought I would face Divine Crimsonite with the hero and his allies. I am very happy to say it was a miscalculation. What luck to be able to make the Divine Crimsonite and all those who stood in the way of our efforts to get rid of them. And what an honor. The Great Priest. I like that the game gaslit you into thinking Waro was the traitor, and it's just not Waro at all. It was this guy the whole time. Nice to meet you all. My name is Phasma, or as I prefer to be called, Phantom General Phasma. By order of Marshal Zeldrite, I have come here to destroy the Divine Crimsonite hidden in this land. I can't believe that the Great Demon King's handlers were already hiding in All Trades Abbey. The Great Priestess has turned into a monster? Or Great Priestess? I plan to use my illusory powers to disguise myself as the Great Priest of Dharma and infiltrate the Divine Crimsonite. It seems to have succeeded brilliantly. There were a few silly people who helped me without realizing it, though. Burying Divine Crimsonite and the Hero in Darkness would truly kill two birds with one stone, and the Great Demon King Matascora would be very pleased. Guard, I'll take him down and protect the Divine Crimsonite. You have a lot of pomp and circumstance, but alas, you will all meet a swift death. The brilliance of my illusion, see for yourself. So, yeah, this is basically, they're basically making it pretty obvious which one of Alusha's abilities I need to use. Unless you break the illusion, there will be no victory for you. Yeah, so Alusha needs to be in the party, can't remove her, yada yada. Final boss fight of the stream. Okay, so Alusha, hopefully the boss uses that ability soon before my tension runs out. Thank you for the hydrate. We'll go ahead and use Scorched Earth. So now we have our tension move. Okay, immediately using the move, so now there's 4 of them. Not anymore. Alright, now are you going to be stunned since we dispelled your illusions? Okay, the stun does work. Let's try to wrap this up as quick as we can. Phoenix Dance. We're going to try to use Scrap Metal and hope it lands. Only speed got decreased. That is unfortunate. I wanted the defense down. Kaswishel. Oh, he's in the red already. Okay, this should kill him. That was the fastest of the 3 boss fights we did today. Everybody gives 44,000 experience now. What a thing to say. I never thought that my illusion would be broken. Great Demon King, Matascora, my apologies. We managed to beat him. If they'd done the prayer before we got here, we would have been in trouble. Let's hurry up and pour the hero's power into the Divine Crimsonite. With that, the Divine Crimsonite hero has regained its ancient divine power. Now even Great Demon King himself shouldn't be able to meddle with it. The Great Priest is... The Great Priest was a monster in disguise. Rest assured we've defeated it. Divine Crimsonite has regained its power. I see. That monster was... Then where's the real Grand Priest? This is terrible. I must go search for him. The enemy must have a lot of ideas to use this kind of trick. Let's hurry up and find the real Grand Priest. Divine Crimson has regained his power and shines dazzlingly. See, the next step in the quest literally just says, talk to the High Priest on the 2nd floor of Dharma and clear the quest. That's literally the only other step. So, they say we have to go find the Grand Priest. Apparently we find them? Unless we're just talking to Priest Waro. I don't know. They make it sound like we're talking to the original quest giver, though. Okay. So we'll go here, complete the quest, and then that's going to be it. There may be some cutscenes that follow those, so once I get through those, once I get an opportunity to save, that's when we'll end it. Grand Priest, I'm so relieved that you are safe. I'm sorry. I was just careless. Oh, guard and the hero princess. Waro has told me all about your exploits. I've shown you my shameful side. Suddenly a monster broke into the house and put a strange spell on me so that I couldn't move. Moreover, my image had been erased so that no one could see me, and only now have I finally been found. The avatar of all trades in the divine seat is said to have been a divine Crimsonite, and in fact such a story has been told in the... we don't know, it was cut off. In the age of the gods, the human god Grand Zenith and Almighty All Trades were good friends. When the god Grand Zenith died, one of the stones containing his power was entrusted to the Almighty All Trades. The Almighty All Trades named the mountain where the stone lies Dharma, and had the priests of the time build a temple there. He was ordained to be the avatar of all trades and to protect it for all eternity. That's what the legend says. Protecting Divine Crimsonite is essentially the role of us Almighty All Trades officers. And yet this time, we have to ask for your help. We must be very sorry. Guard, you have done a great job. I can't thank you enough. Will you at least accept this? The seed of Therapusis has been given to us. And now, presumably, some other cutscene is going to happen, because we need to unlock more quests, but I'm not going to do them today. I have no idea what fate awaits you, Hero's Ally. I pray for your safety here. Let us also pray for the safety of Guard, and the success of his journey. Show me the pendulum. Band shining brilliantly. Report back to Lushenda and Grand Zadora Castle, 2nd floor. Okay, so that's going to probably open up the end game then. What is the name of the next quest? Okay. Alright, well, we are done. Let me get to the save point. I need to exercise, I need to make dinner, I need to prepare myself because we have a long journey in the Alps. Plus, I can use this time to think of a drawstream request, which I desperately need to do right now. So let's zoom. Let's go to the town in Grand Zadora. That way, when we stream on Thursday, we will be right outside of it. I'm assuming the stream on Thursday is going to be long, just to be able, because we probably have several boss fights left. We have the final dungeon. We probably have multiple forms of the final boss. And so I'm just going to operate under the assumption that if I wait until tomorrow to come up with a drawstream request, I will not have time. So I'm going to take care of it today. All right, everyone, take very good care of themselves. Everyone, take very good care of yourselves. Take a look at this timer because when you see it next, it's probably going to jump by 24 hours because I am going to be putting the game in suspend mode. So I appreciate everybody's time, and I'll see everybody tomorrow for the finale of the game. I'll score it, I'll review it, I'll talk about it. I've already kind of uh, given a lot of my thoughts as I've went, but I'll kind of rank the entire experience. Definitely worth talking about, at least for me. It's likely going to be the highest scoring game of 2026 for better or for worse. We'll see if Shining Force 3 has anything to say about that, but I'm pretty confident nothing's really going to beat this in terms of its score this year, but we'll see. Thanks, everybody, and have a good rest of your night.